beginning to think that Mother Nature is a tax and spend liberal. I'm just saying. You know, as a talk show host, occasionally you have people that call you and tell you what an idiot you are. Now, I know if they call in to disagree with me first and then break out into what an idiot I am, they don't have anything to add to the conversation and don't have a legitimate argument against what I'm saying. When I think about what the Tea Party is, how far it's come, because 2 years ago, actually I think 2 years ago today, I stood on a stage, I was gigantically pregnant. I mean, I was like pregnant. There was 3 of me on the stage because I was so pregnant. And it was about 150 degrees because it was Southwest Florida, and there was 5,000 people that came out on that day. And I thought to myself, I never thought this would work. And I was so heartened and encouraged, and people got together and they started forming groups and they started reading the Constitution and reading the Federalist Papers voluntarily. Because anybody who says they read the Federalist Papers voluntarily before that is lying, okay? If you read them because of history class. In the last 2 years, so many things have happened. One thing has been consistent. The people that disagree with the Tea Party have never come up with real and honest, viable arguments against what the Tea Party stands for. They just stand around and resort to calling names. They call us racist because there's not enough black faces in the crowd. I don't know if they saw Jon Stewart's rally for sanity, but that was as white as my laundry after I bleach it. I mean, it was insane. So the fact that they are not arguing the issues, but arguing about who we are without ever having met us, to me says we're winning. Something else says that we're winning. There were Republicans in the House and the Senate that voted against the continuing resolution because it didn't go far enough. There's another election in 2 years. I'd like to see more candidates come from the right to run against the candidates that voted yes because they thought it was good enough. You don't have to clap. I do 3 hours. There's no clapping during the day. I'm okay with it. It's fine. I stand here because the thing that concerns me the most about the Tea Party isn't necessarily exemplified by the people that are standing out here in gale force winds and ready for the potential downfall. It's the people that have fallen away from the Tea Party. Apathy is a very dangerous thing. And I'm very concerned that we have been trying so hard and trying so hard and trying so hard, and then we hear legislators stand up and say, hey, we're awesome because we cut $36 billion from a gazillion-dollar budget, and we're supposed to be excited about it. It's frustrating, it's demoralizing, but I want to task you with one more thing. Someone asked me recently, actually, if I ever thought about running for office. After my husband yelled no from the back of the room, I had to back him up because I think my role is being the watcher. I think all of you are the watchers. And I think that it is our fault that we're in the mess that we're in now because we turned our back. We cast our vote, we voted for people we trusted, and then we got busy with our lives. The last 2 years have proven that when you pay attention, you can make a difference. There are actually spending cuts, real honest to God, less money next year than there is last year, that are being discussed in Washington, D.C. I don't think that's ever happened in my lifetime. So as the other side stands there and lofts insults and makes snide remarks about Tea Party people and call us names that could be used for, well, other things, I just think to myself, you're losing the argument. The thing we have to remember is it's not a sprint. This country cannot turn around on a dime. I mean, I'd like to liken us to a large ship, but the Titanic comes to mind, and I'm not sure I want to go there. So you have to stick with it. You have to keep talking to your friends and neighbors. You have to keep advocating for the candidates you believe in. This election in Kentucky is so important. And I'll be perfectly honest, I've said it on my show, I don't know why Phil Moffitt's campaign is not getting traction. We aren't doing our job. Do you have any idea the power that a conversation with your friends can have on the people that trust and respect you? It doesn't have to be a badgering conversation. It just has to be why you believe in the things that you believe. That's very powerful testimony. I love to see people out here today, standing out here in the wind because it gives me hope. It gives me hope that the movement that started with a boom 2 years ago is still strong. Maybe not with the same amount of people, but with the same amount of passion. And today when I go home and look at my 2-year-old daughter, I'll think to myself, you know, we may not screw this thing up beyond belief just yet. Stick with it. Don't let the apathy get to you. Don't let them wear you down. And when someone tells you that they are a liberal because they are compassionate, the implication, of course, being that if you are conservative, you are not. Just ask them one question, and I promise you this will shut them up. Look at them and say, is it more compassionate to make someone dependent on someone else for their food, for their housing, and every necessity in their life? Or is it more compassionate to help them achieve their own autonomy so no one can take that away from them ever? That usually works. They get mad though, so be ready for that. I am grateful to be in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm grateful to be a Tea Party member, and I'm grateful to all of you who are standing out here in this miserable wind to hear people who have the same passion you do. Thank you for being involved. I don't know if anybody said thank you, but thank you for being involved, and thank you for turning off NCIS and turning on to what's important in this country. By the way, I love NCIS. I'm not knocking NCIS. But I'm so grateful, and I feel hopeful. To quote someone we all may know, for the first time in my adult life, I am proud of my country. Thank you, and good night.